All right, so now I made out to day 5. Yesterday I was able to finish all the concrete, get all those metal brackets in place, and I can tell you what, after mixing 90 bags of concrete, every muscle in my body and the upper body, muscles I didn't even know I had, are sore. But good exercise, and it was enjoyable in a way. But now I got all that done. Today I'm going to start cutting these posts here, and cutting these posts to the length I need, and I'll start putting those in, and of course I'll need 29 of them for each of the 29 brackets, and that'll be the start. And after that I can start working on my joist for my subfloor. So getting excited, it's getting a little bit closer. A lot of the hard physical labor parts done. Now is the more enjoyable part, getting into the framing, which is what I enjoy. But yeah, we're excited, and here we go to the next step. Now, as I put my string up and start leveling with my string level, I'm putting it very much in this front corner here. I'm just putting it high enough that's comfortable for me to crawl under and work, and the rest of it's just going to be leveled. All right, so for some reason, my sound wasn't working, so yay, enjoyable. So you watch my mouth move for no reason whatsoever. So I'm just going to have to do a voiceover so you can know what I'm actually saying here. So what I'm basically talking about is I got all my string leveled to the height that I need using a string level. And I'll show here in just a second what that looks like with this level on here. But basically, I'm just putting it, like I said, high enough to work underneath comfortably and just level it from there. But this is what this string level looks like, just a cheap little level you put on there, and look for that bubble right in the middle there. And what that does is just gets me a level all the way across. Those lines are just barely tapping each other, and that gives me straight level from left to right, back to forth, all around. And this kind of shows the elevation change just a little bit. It's kind of hard to see with the string there, but same thing. I got my level in the middle here for my 46-foot long run, and I'm making sure the string is extra tight, because that makes a huge difference. The tighter it is, the better it is, the more accurate it will be. Once I get that on there, I got everything leveled out. Now I know what I can measure each one of my post height to make sure I get the exact height of my post. I'm going to be measuring it from the bracket up into that string, and that'll give me the exact height. It makes it a lot easier to get everything level that way. That way I can cut each post to the exact length. It takes a little time to cut each post, but the more accurate you are, the easier it is down the road when it comes to a nice level foundation to work off of. But that, again, this part, take your time on, get that string level perfect, cut each post perfectly, and it will make your life so much easier down the road when you do it that way. Other than that, pretty simple process here. Just putting the string up, getting the level on, and there's nothing much more to it after that. All right, so now what I'm doing is cutting each individual one of these 6x6 treated posts. Like I mentioned, measuring from that bracket all the way up to that string level. And again, you have to cut each individual 29 of these one by one, that way you get the exact height you need. And again, it'll make it easier down the road. Now, I am using 6x6 treated post, and technically it is not in contact with the ground. I technically don't have to, but I would recommend it just because it is under a crawl space, and it will, down the road, it will last about 10 times longer. So it is worth spending a few extra dollars more to get the treated 6x6 post instead of using the non-treated lumber. Other than that, it's a pretty simple process now. It's just a matter of measuring each individual one, cutting each one, and you can kind of tell that in this front corner right here, the closest one, I think ended up being about 22 inches off the ground is what I did. Basically the minimum comfortable working room if I ever have to crawl underneath here. But if you look at that back corner, I think the tallest one, that back far corner, I think it ended up being almost 49 inches. So basically 4 feet tall. So you can kind of tell, although it's hard to tell with the eye, but that ground is uneven. It's always amazing how it looks even, but it is not. So that back side is going to be pretty good height, but this front side would be perfect for crawling under. All right, so I got all the posts cut and ready to go, and of course I kind of checking the height. There was one or two I messed up, I had to recut, but well, can't be perfect all the time. But got all those fixed, and now we're ready to go. So the actual brackets that I bought online, I'm really liking them. I feel like really good solid steel. They actually came in this package here. It came with some lag bolts and everything. So basically what I'm going to do is get them all set up, make sure they're still level, and start lagging them in there, and they're going to be solid to that metal bracket. So really excited about the brackets. I think they're pretty good quality. We're gonna see how well. And other than that, next step is getting all these posts set. And I'm still waiting for my 2x12s to show up. I think they're supposed to be here tomorrow, but I do have some 2x6s that I'm going to do some cross bracing, which is pretty important when it comes to a post and beam or pier and beam foundation. That way there's no lateral movement. But that'll be kind of my next step after I get all these squared away and good to go. So on to more cutting. Again, this is a pretty simple step here. All I'm doing is putting these posts in, making sure they're level right where I need them. And I'm also just putting these lag screws that came with it, which is, again, kind of nice that it came with the material already. Didn't have to buy extra screws or lag bolts or anything. And just put those in, and this process is pretty quick. Nothing to this part here. But yeah, getting one step done at a time here. And it just so happens as I'm working on this, my shipment came in. So I am excited to have my subfloor and my 2x12 floor joist ready to about go in. I got all of my post or piers, what do you want to call them, interchangeable. I got them all set up, and it is starting to see the foundation of the house. Looks good, not too bad. All right, so as I was working on that, a lovely shipment of my lumber showed up, so I'm excited about that as well. I didn't expect them until tomorrow. But I got this Avantech flooring. Personal opinion, this is the best stuff you can use for subfloor and to have a squeaky free floor. And I'll show you a few tricks on whenever I put this floor down to kind of help prevent a squeaky floor. Rule number one, have a level foundation. Yeah, get that part done first. And there's a few tricks help. This is a little bit more than your regular subfloor. And for the main floor, I'm using this just because I do not like squeaky floors. I cannot stand squeaky floors. So anyways, this stuff is amazing. And I got all my 2x12s for basically for framing in my subfloor, for my floor joist. Anyways, there's the fresh smell of lumber. Can't beat that. But anyways, I won't be able to get much more done today, but I at least got all the posts ready to go, squared away, and then I'll start working on bracing, and I'll start working on actually framing in for the subfloor. So the end is near. I'm excited. Got all the most laborious part done, so now I get to, again, my favorite part, the framing part. But that's about it for today. And again, yes, admire the shirt. They had to work on the store. It was messed up, but I know you've been dying to buy one of these shirts, and I will be sure to put a link in there here soon because I know you just really want one. They are amazing, and you will not regret it. So until next time, I'll see you again.